Hello everyone and welcome to the top 8 of Grand Prix Nashville 2012 with me, your host Rich Hagan, and sitting in the expert's chair, the expert, Mr. Raphael Levy of France.
Hello.
So, one Hall of Famer getting us ready to lock and load in the quarterfinals, and the first quarterfinal will see Reed Duke up against Lisa Jensen. The best of 3 here, the players have drafted and we are go. Reed Duke will get the ball rolling with an island. And we pass to Lisa Jensen. Ralph's having a good look at the 2 deck lists as we get underway. Lisa will open with a plains.
I'm looking at Reed's deck, and he has 40 cards. I've seen his first deck, and he had 45 cards, and I was kind of surprised. He showed me that like 45 card deck was actually playable.
Okay.
He was playing 4 faceless lootings and bunch of like drawing card spells.
So Unruly Mob from Lissa is the first play of this quarterfinal. Reed will find his second colour and will probably put 4 cards into his graveyard. 2 of those are Stormbound Geist. 3 colours for Lissa, so no mana problems early. She's found all 3 of her colours. Seems like Green-White was pretty heavily drafted and competed for around the table in the top 8.
Which one is the Falcon Wrath Marauders? Is that the 2/2 flyer?
The Marauders?
The 2/2 flyer for 5?
Yeah.
Rare guy.
Yep,
Yeah,
flying
right.
and haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to player, put 2+1/+1 counters on it.
That's not what you want to face when you're a white-green. You don't want to face a 1/4 and a 4/5.
Yeah, the makeshift mauler is down. Lissa had an Unruly Mob get to 11-11 during her last draft. There you see her in the background, Todd Anderson playing against Shuhei Nakamura. Lissa has a Moorland Haunt amongst her lands. So there's the board position.
There's something that really hits me when I see them playing. You see Reed, he's totally calm. He's holding his cards, just looking at the board, not doing anything that's not...
No extra movement.
No extra movement. Mm-hmm. And here she's touching her deck. She's flipping her cards. She's moving her knees and
almost Kibler-esque.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's Kibler-esque, but
That's a Howl. Hunger of the Howl pack. And looks like Reed's going to respond to that with Brimstone Volley. So, back we go to Lissa. Score still at 20-20.
So she just jumped to pump the other guy.
Land number 5. All 5 will turn sideways, and we'll get the village survivors. Four, 5, and 1/4, like you say, is an awful lot of ground to get past. Village survivors, 4/5 themselves, and gives away vigilance to the rest of the team if we get to Fateful Hour. So just keep that 5 life in the back of your mind for later in the day.
And you've got a t-shirt, Lauren, yeah? Nope. You don't? Okay, let's fix that.
So Reed has 2 cards. Maybe he wants to keep some cards in hand, but he has 2 Murder of Crows. Mm-hmm. So maybe he would like to hold a couple of lands in hand. So maybe he has another one and he doesn't really need.
So 5 mana for Lissa. And out will come Battleground Geist. except it will not, because that is bone to ash, counter, draw a card. So again, the play negated by Reed. First with a brimstone volley, and now bone to ash.
You can see the martyrs in Reed's hand. Sorry I've spoiled the game, but as soon as he gets the second mountain, it's probably going to be bad for her.
No, that doesn't spoil the game. People at home always like to know what's in hand, so when you see what's in hand, you go right ahead.
She has a
tell
voiceless spirit as well, so if she can play the spirit before he hits the second red, well, she'll probably attack for 2, and then Reed's going to attack back.
There's Deranged Assistant for Reed.
Is that a rolling Trembler in the graveyard?
Yeah, I believe it is. He was trying to decide whether to play that or not. It was kind of at the back end of what he was considering playing.
Isn't it 2 red to flashback?
Rolling Temblor.
It's 2 red, so you can't play it.
4 red, red.
Oh, hunting.
Yep, the Moorland.
So he's not.
Comes down.
He's probably not getting in with the Marauder. Then.
Okay.
So play the spirit and then pass.
So this is his first Grand Prix Day 2, and she came in with no real expectation, said that she didn't really know what to draft, and as often happens, pros take someone under their wing, and Martin User was like, well, you know, green-white's a pretty strong archetype, and she drafts and does very well on the first time, and then drafts green-white again and goes 3-0 to make it into the top 8, but green-white was really hard fought in the top 8, and that's why you see some islands there, and there's some decent blue cards in the deck. Heron for Reed, and still it's 2020 here in game 1 of the quarterfinals. This is going to activate the Moorland Haunt, and Unruly Mob gets exiled. There is a spirit. We'll try and bring you updates from the other quarterfinals as they go along. Imagine we've got crack reporters over there having a good look. The board's starting to clog up here in game 1. Whistle will send the Voiceless Spirit in for 2.
First blood after 10 minutes.
Yeah, which is extraordinary, because that isn't really how this format seems to go, right? But that's what we've got here.
Reed needs to draw one of his Murder of Crows.
Yeah. Yes, that. Because he has 2, right?
He has
2
2.
4/4 flyers. Looks like another Deranged Assistant coming down. That's the.
He has 1 Casey Blind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he wants to just mill, or just like that's the question that's the play you always question. Like, do you just mill yourself to get the 1 flashback card, or do you just keep your resources in your deck? If you have at least 1 card you want to flashback, usually just mill yourself. But in the case the games are going to take a little longer, then you might want to keep your resources.
Sure.
Especially since the only card he can flashback is the Gaze Flame. He probably doesn't want to mill his Murder of Crows in.
Right. So you see Lissa adding another spirit to her deck as the Gowany Ironright goes away, leaving her 1 creature in her graveyard right now as a possible source of more flying damage. She's going to attack with Voiceless Spirit and another spirit, and Reed has something coming.
I've
It's
seen that
Nephalia Sea Kite.
I've seen that one in his deck.
So that will get in the way of the Voiceless Spirit. No extra trick from Lissa, so that adds to the flying team for Reed and gets the 2/1 first striker off the board. Two mana from Lissa. It's green for green-blue.
The captain.
It is indeed Hamlet Captain.
Sending the 2/1. She could have kept the 2/1 just to block the Heron, but yeah, and then she ran into the 2/3, which made the play even.
So So Reed will attack with the Sea Kite and the Moon Heron.
Probably double block the Heron. 2 spirits.
Yep, so we see Voice the Spirit go away. Moorland Horde generates another spirit. And Moon Heron does indeed bite the dust. Reed's still sitting there with just the one mountain.
Now the second mountain could be fine. Now the Marder is going to do a lot of damage. If it ever.
Whatever gets past the 4-5 on the other side.
Another island.
So Moorland Horde doing good work here for Alyssa Jensen. Her first Grand Prix top 8. Reed Duke, meanwhile.
It's doing work, and I don't know if it's doing good work, because she's still way behind.
Sure. The ranged assistant of her own.
Could fill the graveyard for the Hung.
Uh-huh.
But then, does she really want to, not draw creatures?
Attack for 1.
Or she wants that to be only creatures. She wants to mill creatures, and she wants to draw creatures. And I don't think that's the case. There are at least 10 lands left.
Sea Kite comes back the other way. Deals 2. And we have our first updates from the floor, and I can tell you that Josh Utter-Leighton now leads Caleb Durwood 1-0. Caleb playing in his 3rd PTQ final in a row. 2 weekends ago, he played an actual PTQ, lost in the final. Last weekend, made the top 8 of Grand Prix Indianapolis, lost in the quarterfinals. And now he's in the quarterfinals, and he's down a game to Josh Utter-Leighton with black-white humans. Caleb on red-green rules. Also 1-0 up, Todd Anderson. He has a lead with green-white over Shuhei Nakamura's black-blue-green self-mill deck. So Utter-Leighton 1 up on Durwood, Anderson 1 up on Nakamura, Babbitt and Cordell tied at 0, and here Reed Duke and Alyssa Jensen still going at it in game 1.
Comes down, Middle Pros.
Ah. Yes. That kind of changes things somewhat.
It doesn't change it much, but yeah, that
It's just so big, I mean.
change a bit. He will find the second mountain eventually.
Mm-hmm. So the ranged assistant mills away an island.
Like whatever she mills, she'll be happy. She doesn't want to draw land, so milling a land is fine.
Draws a creature by the looks of things.
Delver.
Indeed. So 12 creatures now on the table, 6 aside. That we go to Reed Duke. Playing in his 3rd Grand Prix top 8 after appearances in Providence and Montreal last year. Top 64 of Honolulu a few weeks ago. In comes substantial numbers of flyers. Deranged assistant will mill away Forest this time for Alyssa. Then there will be a chump block on the Murder of Crows. Spirit. Redraws and discards an island.
Delver, maybe.
Some looks at the top.
She can mill it if it's not good enough.
Well, turns out that
Oh, that's a good one.
yeah,
She doesn't want to mill it. She can kill the Murder of Crows with the
the village survivors. Yeah. So it's 4-5 up against a 4-4.
And then she can block the 3 to fly with the Delver. Wow. That was a good one. That was a good draw.
So, how about it? Has Reed Duke got answers? I mean, he has cards in hand and obviously a ton of mana.
He's just not going to attack with the 2-3 next turn.
Yeah.
Which is like, this stabilizes the board a little bit, but...
So, he's going to mill a Thought Scour away.
Oh, wow. Harvest Fire. Good in response. So no damage.
Every time he's had an answer.
Oh, that would have been a good card. Just for Mother of Crows. This is finally the second mountain. Now he can just, instead of playing the Martyr, he can just play the Trembler, kill the 2 ground guys, and attack with the 4/5.
Rolling Trembler.
Oh no, he discards.
Discards a mountain. Interesting.
He has something better than, wow. We're playing the second, wow, I don't know.
Yeah, we've now seen 3 times, haven't we? We've seen Brimstone Volley say no, essentially, to a plan. We've seen Bone to Ash say no to a plan.
What could be better? What could be better than the mountain now? Second mountain was really good there. Unless he has another one, but... Second mountain kills 4 guys, draw 4 cards.
Does he sit there not playing it on the basis that he wants to play it as he's going to Rolling Trembler?
That's a nice one.
Sorry, listen what? What shirts? The set size is late, like 3 piles.
So, Reed Duke at 15, Lissa Jensen at 9.
Or you can just attack too.
The Edge with Reed here in game 1.
Yeah, he didn't really have to do Trembler, but
Sure.
would have speeded up the game a lot.
Ben Swartz keeping an eye on all the other matches for us. Remember, Todd Anderson 1-up on Shuhei Nakamura. Josh Utter-Leighton 1-up on Caleb Durwood. It's that chant of the skiff sound making the Delver of Secrets insectile aberration very, very small.
Fear of the Bidden. He has what was it called? The wings, spectral wing? No,
Spectral Flight.
spectral flight with the Fear of the Bitten.
Fear of the Bitten, yeah.
To go with the Invisible Stalker. 'Cause I don't think he has any
He
equipment.
doesn't, I believe not.
No, he doesn't have equipment, so he has the Fear and spectral flight.
So a chance to give it +2/+2 and flying with Spectral Flight.
He doesn't need to do anything now. And she has more land.
Yeah. So it's looking pretty past the turn from this. It's looking pretty close. Okay, so let's take out the flyer with Geist Flame.
Pretty sure he doesn't want to show the Marauder now. Like, he doesn't need to. Like, even if he can play it, he won't.
So Reed looks 6 creatures to 2. Seemingly well in control of this opening game. There's the second mountain.
Yeah,
He is going to
Trembler.
flash back the Templar.
Now, yes. So he can win this turn. He doesn't want to show, like, that's the best play, but he didn't want to show the
Race
Marauder
Assistant
anyway.
will mill away Dark Thicket Wolf. Scooped up, there's an empty board now. Moorland Haunt will bring back a flyer to get in the way of the largest chunk of damage.
But it's still 7.
Yep. And that's 1-0 to Reed Duke, who takes the lead after a monstrous day one, where his Sorin Lord of Innistrad and double Wall to the Archangel deck helped him with no little play skill. Oh, plus Lingering Souls, needless to say, to 9-0. And then today, 3-0 in the first draft. You've got to hear his thoughts, how he built his deck. And then comfortably into the top 8 with rounds to spare. Now here he's 1-0 up. Looks like we're going to have some more updates coming your way. And I can tell you that Kyle Babin has taken the lead against Robbie Cordell. Cordell with black-white humans, Babin with red-black vampires. And Josh Adelaide continues to lead Durwood 1-0, but we have our first semi-finalist, and that is Todd Anderson of the United States, who has taken down Shuhei Nakamura with self-mill. Todd Anderson playing green-white. That's part of the reason green-white was so badly fought over. He has got to the semi-finals, so congratulations to him. And he will play the winner of Josh Atterlayton and Caleb Durwood. 1-0 to Atterlayton in that one. So, Ralph, what do you make of what you've seen so far from Reed? What's his? How good is his deck in terms of what you've seen?
His deck looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 assistants to fill up the Murder of Crows. That makes a really good turn 4 play. And I don't think Lisa has any, except for the Predators, the fight thing. How is it called again?
Which?
The 1 green mana. Predator, no, Preyapan.
Preyapan, yeah.
I don't think she has any answer to that guy. Or maybe Smite? Oh, she has 1 Smite.
Smite the Monstrous, yeah.
Let's see.
Voice of Spirit, Midnight Haunting, Deranged System, Delve of Secrets, Battleground Dice, we saw Armored Scarb, Cell of Occultist, she's got a Spectral Flight, which could make something potentially big if she gets that onto something like Village Survivors. Dark Thicket Wolf equally could be big. Festerhide Boar could be big.
Oh, she's a Requiem. How do you say that? How do you pronounce it?
Requiem Angel.
Requiem Angel?
Yeah.
So yeah, she has 1 Smite and 1 Prey Upon to get rid of Reed's 2 Mother of Crows. But I think Reed has enough removal, enough tricks to
enough firepower.
Yeah, to nullify pretty much all her threats.
Sure, I mean certainly game 1 were 3 plans put into action and 3 plans denied by Reed. Each time.
She drew a lot of lands, but I don't.
Sure.
Like she has a lot of blanks too. Like in that situation, she had a lot of blanks.
Yeah. Yeah, Brimstone, Volley, Bone to Ash, and then Harvest Pyre for Reed at the crucial times. 3 turning points in the game. Could have swung things Lissa's way and did not. And that's where you see the score of 1-0 to Reed Duke. Todd Anderson through, Josh Atterlayton 1 up, Babin 1 up. The winner of Duke Jensen faces the winner of Babin Cordell.
Her deck is missing a couple of flashback cards. That's like she has to play with her graveyard. She has Moorland Hound and a Travel Preparation, which is too bad because she's playing a Mulch to fix her mana and probably try to get the Hound and an Armut's Cab and an Occultist, which is a lot of cards to get 1 preparation.
So tied now, Caleb Durwood in his 3rd, as it were, PTQ final in successive weekends, has made it 1-1 against Josh Atterlayton. Now, a lot of people looking at the decks thought that Josh had a terrific deck. So Caleb's done well to fight back to 1-1. We'll see what happens from there. So the winner of that deciding game will go on to face the green-white deck of Todd Anderson.
Having a look at Josh's deck, he's almost mono white, but then I see the black. I see 9 plains, 8 swamps. I'm like, well, what kind of black is he playing? He's playing Mikios, the Animal Out.
Yes.
So
yeah, his deck comes in 2 parts. There's a 22 card deck, which is like you say, is basically white, and then there's a few little bits and pieces, and then way off on the right of the curve. There's a Micaeus the Unhallowed. So here we go. After a mulligan, Lissa will kick off with Plains, and there's a turn 1 play from Reed Duke. It's a Delver Sequence, a card he wanted to see in his previous draft when he drafted blue. So Raph goes to work checking the number of instants, I would imagine, as Reed looks at the top of his deck and looks like that is not going to get revealed.
But he has Sotscar in his deck. That's probably what he was thinking of.
Sure.
Like seeing if he wants to mill his card or not. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I'm just
hypothesizing.
Exactly. That's exactly the word I was looking for.
Thank you. Screeching Scarp from Reed. He puts a Deranged Assistant into his graveyard in an island there. Lissa 3 land, no play yet. But as we've learned in this format, passing the turn with 2 or 3 mana open early in the game doesn't mean you've got nothing to do. It may mean Midnight Haunting somewhere along the line.
Just six instants of sorceries.
Okay. See Tim Landell and Matt Costa going by. As Reed attacks. Lissa at 16.
No Midnight Haunting.
No, so there's Moorland Haunt.
No blue, no creatures in the graveyard.
Yep. And certainly the some blue looks like in our hand right now. Reed attacks. Now we're kind of at the point where a play here from Reed could really tilt the game to the point where it's very tough for this to come back from. Let's see what 4 mana gets for Reed. It's another flyer at 3/2, Moon Heron. It's going to be tough for Lissa here. 1, 2, 3. Voice the Spirit. That is a very good answer to a Moon Heron.
If Reed had no card, maybe, but...
Well, yes, what we saw in Game 1 is he always had cards and always had the answers. Reed looking. Delver's still 1/1. Screeching Scarb 2/1. Moon Heron 3/2. And here's Murder Crow. So he's going to not have an answer immediately to Voice of Spirit. He's just going to run out his big fat flyer.
Blue mana and Smite the Monstrous.
Ah.
That's what you want. That's
Sure.
what she wants to see.
I think that's what she's got, right? I think there's a Smite in
I
there.
don't think there's another choice. Even
And having already seen counter magic from Reed of various...
no, she only saw the blunt
Oh,
hash.
she only went to Ash, yeah.
So it doesn't change that. Kind of Smite.
But against any blue player, you would probably just get it in the bin, wouldn't you?
Especially since you're gonna do it anyways.
Sure.
He's gonna attack and, well, unless he's really scared of a pump spell.
So there
you're gonna do
goes.
it anyway.
Smite the Monstrous kills Murder of Crows. That surpasses the turn with her first strike providing fundamental defense at the moment. Reed 1 up and 20 to 13 up.
Maybe he doesn't have anything.
Well, yes, I mean, you can't really tell from the Murder of Crows, but he's certainly... Okay, Spectral Flight to give himself a 4/3 now. Screeching Scarb takes to the air. And that will get through, sending Lissa into single figures. We then had Stormbound Geist. We saw 2 of those milled into his graveyard in Game 1. This was drawn a forest.
An angel or no angel?
Looks like a Battleground Geist coming down. Which would be 3/3 for 5. Leaving green mana up. Of course, that does no harm to the Voice of the Spirit.
Delver's gonna flip at some point.
Yes, it's taking its time. You say 6? 6 instants?
I think so. So maybe he doesn't have the thought scar. But why would he take so much time every time? Just to slow roll it? Nah, I don't think that's his. That's not his style.
Furor of the
Alright,
Bitten.
that's one hangry. That's one angry zombie.
That's very, very cross, yes. In it comes.
So it's +4/+4. 6/5. Has to attack.
Oh no. I have to attack to eat your face.
6, so she would be down to 3, and Jump blocking doesn't look like a good option either. She needs something to. I think she has a spectral flight in hand.
Okay.
So she needs some big cheap ground guy she can equip. She can enchant, so she can trade next turn. Unless, how many creatures does he have? Like 4? The Delver. Yeah, that wouldn't even work.
So the Battleground Geist just gets in the way, leaving Lissa at 9.
Now she wants an angel now.
She's drawn to planes.
That's not what she wants.
Oh. Yeah, so now
Scat equip could work too. Oh no, she only has one blue.
So Spectral Flight up.
Doesn't
Voice the
work.
Spirit, 4/3 first strike. That's still not enough. So Reed untaps. Let's see the top of the deck this time. And this time, here's a Brimstone Volley. Here's my Insectile Aberration transformed.
She won't survive this turn.
And there is the handshake. Reed Duke wins by 2-0 over Lissa Jensen. He advances to the semi-finals. Congratulations to Lissa. First Grand Prix Day 2, first Grand Prix top 8, of course. So congratulations all around there. You hear the applause from all around. So Reed wins by 2-0. Now what we'll try and do is get one of the other matches moved across under the spotlight for you. But as always, we can't move them during a game. So we'll see what we can come up with. I would imagine Rashad Miller will be taking a look to see whether there's a way to shift one of the other matches across. I believe we're now tied at 1-1, Carl Babin against Robbie Cordell. So it looks like we might be able to get their match. I imagine that Josh Ussel-Layton and Caleb Durwood are in their third game, busy playing away. So would you think Reed would be in a pretty good shape for the semi-finals, just in terms of how his deck played out? He's going to be facing the winner of the match we're about to see, which is